and those who have thought only of their own profit. There are some dark pages in the history of the president's dealings with the Indians, and many parts of the record are stained with greed and avarice of those who have thought only of their own profit. Wake up!
Yo, BM, hello everyone. Hi guys, how are you? Hello.
Looks like a full house today.
Yeah, full
we got a
house
full
today.
house. Yeah, I think
With-
only Doc and I guess Baby's not here yet, but maybe they'll join us when Gumi joins. But 6 of 8, man. 6 after any moment now, right? 6 down, only 2 to go. We're getting close now.
Hello.
Good internet connection, I hope. So, hello everyone. Welcome to another stream. This is stream reveal number 5. We will have Gumi with us again. Jenny is busy. We hope he's working on cool stuff. And next week he will join us again. But today Gumi should come up on stage again. But we have, as Mick said, we have full house. So I'm happy about that. We can talk about some things. And I would love to hear about your opinions. So, yeah, let's start. How are you guys today?
Good.
Good. Have you seen the Bera price action? Hey.
I had a mental breakdown a couple of days ago, and then I came back from it. And today I worked out for the first time in 7 months because I was sick, and I was so excited because I had a lot of energy. But it's 11:30 p.m. my time, so I'm crashing again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And other guys, how are you doing? Happy about the Bera price action? Boyko FUD is over.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. I agree. I don't know that it's over just yet, right? We're still waiting on some of the pre-vaults to unlock, right, Eileen?
I think we peaked from the sentiment point of view.
I think honestly, I think that it really depends for the next couple of days as like more of the vaults unlock, because in my opinion, it's a little bit different. So when I first talked to you about Boyko on the unlock, I was like, well, actually the majority of the deposits are all in non-Bera, because there was no mainnet, even though there was going to be an airdrop. But like comparing 10 million Bera to 2.53 billion is like, it's nothing. So my thought back then was that ETH price was 1500 to 1800. BTC price was, like, in general, BTC and ETH, and of course the stables that got deposits, nobody would like sell it at for that. Does that make sense? Because when you deposit it into BOYCO, ETH was at 3 point something K, right? And so I thought like, I don't think anybody will do anything with it. But if BERA price was low, people might be like, all right, I'm gonna use my ETH, which is not really, you know, they already kind of took a loss if they bought over 3K, and buy BERA. But now the game has changed a little bit because now both BERA and the large caps are like going up, so it might be now a little different. So that's kind of the idea. And then of course, we don't know exactly if the BOYCO depositors bought any time between whatever it was, $14 to $3.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, because you know it's a very big psychological thing, right? Usually what happens is like you don't want to sell it because you're gonna be selling it for a loss. But if you see that it's cheap, you might buy it. But it depends on how liquid you are, right? On the other hand, also the problem is that a lot of things are outperforming BERA. So some people might just be like, okay, if I take a loss here, I can flip that into like, I don't know, something that's performing better. So that's kind of the issue. But I'm still in the mindset of like, okay, it takes a long time for all jitters to be out. Actually, there's not that much time. It's been like 3 months. But what's really, really important, in my opinion, is that I usually have to wait until people I know who have really strong conviction to even be broken. And then I will be like, all right, cool. Now we go up. Because everybody who wants to sell is all gone.
But have you already saw that? See that?
See, a little bit. I think I saw that a lot with like the Henlo pair. So on Jenny's side of the universe, I'd say with the Henlo pair definitely, because if you map like Henlo to BERA, yeah, it's like 0.00 whatever, 3 or 4, and BERA is actually stronger, right? And usually that's not really the case, but it's also a little bit different now, because now there are like other things in play, and so I really don't know. You know, it's an observation field right now.
One thing you were saying was, you know, other things are outperforming, right? But if you wanted to let's say, choose those alternate to BERA, right? You're also kind of chasing green candles at that point, right? So you want to look at those early points where the value's better as it, you know, you feel confident that it'll run up. So like, I see that mentality, but I also know that good tech, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm going to make sure that I'm not chasing that green candle and put where my convictions are going.
Yeah, it's like that's usually how, you know, how you get out traded, right? Because like it's the same thing as I guess people chasing whatever meme coin or whatever narrative, because usually by the time you hear about it, you're already too late, and then you chase it and then you don't get out in time and then you lose money. And it never goes back to the large caps you were trying to accumulate to begin with. So honestly, like sitting ducks, for me, I still haven't. I just checked the refresh, the Magic Eden stuff. Yeah, they wow, they are awake. Really cool. Some look like really, you know, stoned.
Stoned, yeah. I don't know. I feel, yeah, Anya.
Actually, back to the Henlo point, I agree with Aileen, but I saw that people are buying Henlo. A lot of people from BOYCO are buying Henlo.
Yeah,
maybe because
I bought Henlo. Listen, when the prices are down and you like BERA, you know it's a point for your put in your long positions. That's what I did, and I'm super happy right now.
Yeah.
I did it on midnight. I nailed perfectly the bottom because I was like, FOMC meeting is over. Boyko has started, and maybe it's not that Mi Bear related, but we can touch on that because it's also on Bear Chain, and I laughed so hard about the reaction of the people. I will show you what I mean. Is this video? It's so hilarious. I don't know if you saw that. They got 1 million views. That's the Bear Baddies. They had a party over in Dubai, and together with the Boyko unlock, which was a bit messy, and the better price action, I think that caused a huge chaos, and it was like the top of the iceberg. And then I thought, okay, now it's peak FOD, it's peak sentiment, it's at all-time low, and it can't really get worse. And then we had also macro-wise this FOMC meeting. This went pretty okay, and I saw that market is turning bullish. And then I wrote it also out. I made a tweet that all this stuff, Boyko is over, Boyko calmed down, people cried. I was just laughing. FOMC meeting is over. I feel Bear has bottomed, and then I nailed it with 2.99. That was my buy-in, and I think two candles after that it peaked to 320. So yeah, that was luck, but sometimes you need luck too. But yeah, what do you say about the video from the Bear Baddies? What do you think? How was the reaction?
I like Bear Baddies. I just don't like the video that that was published. So if I were to change anything about it, I would not change a single thing about the video, but I would publish it at like all-time high.
Yeah, that's the cool part of it, because that was also my point. If you release that video with Bear all-time high, everyone were like, oh, that's so cool, that's amazing, I want to be like that. But now, because sentiment was so down, people were flooding it. And yeah, I don't know how many people of the fathers camp are aware of. There is a video about, I think it was a year ago, from the Solana camp.
And you know what? That was the thing, because they didn't do it at like Solana already did a lot, did their resurrection time, right? Since the
they had momentum, yeah.
So like it works that way, but I think like it's unfortunate because it's not just like community sentiment, but I did know that a lot of things weren't truly fair for the, I don't know what kind of airdrop it was, if it was RFC or RFA, probably RFC that Bear Baddies got. So, that it didn't help. But yeah, it's nothing against the baddies. Just if I were them, I would probably do it all-time high. And then for every single FUD response, I would just double down and create a new video based on exactly what they said and just taunt them. Because that's when you do that, right? On all-time highs, when everybody,
Yeah, I kind of agree with Midas Vale here. It's jokes, and the fact that they did it at the bottom is what made it funny. And
I don't know if it was intentional.
I think it was completely unintentional. They actually had a birthday 2 years ago. I think they were founded in Dubai. It was their first event where the girls, I'm the Berry, so and so they were really excited about it. They were really preparing for the event. You saw all the rugs, all this kind of stuff, the merch they produced, and there was shit tons of work went into the all this kind of stuff. And they actually produced a lot of coverage of the events they are doing. And I think this a video. I mean, it's like a casual video for baddies, like showing what's happening with the girls and so on. It usually on Instagram, but I think maybe now it's like a full length video, which was like digestible for the broader audience. And I also think it's like very funny because I think the most viral videos which went viral was mostly by Yesse from Base, getting people on
Jesse,
chain.
yeah. Yeah.
And
Coin-it.
yeah. So for me, it's kind of into that direction. And it was also, I think, I like how you're tying this together with the all-time high or all-time low, but I think a lot of people were just hating, not even aware of Berachain, to be honest, because I was really digging the hate and the super random folks, like from different protocols.
That's another point that I kind of like. I'd say the only thing that I spoke publicly about it was the fact that if it was gonna be a video like this, in general, it would get a lot more attention because that's how the internet works, right? Like, like I don't really like this discussion about like, if it's females or incels or whatever, because this is a fucking internet, it's this has never changed. Yeah, like it's always been like this. There's no way like you can put yourself on the internet and have like just everybody love you. It has never fucking worked, right? So I'd say like I would probably suggest that for them to add some maybe promotional stuff that's making fun of other chains, or like or actually include something that's can be exaggerated, because I think this parody thing works, but I just think like probably one of the reasons people would see like this not being so good is that they don't really take anything away from it except for the virality aspects, so like I don't know. Yeah, waiting for the next video to shit on 300 L2s.
In marketing they say bad publicity is also good marketing. So I think it was good from getting attention, getting FUD. In crypto, it always works the opposite. So you have a lot of FUD, and then most likely it's the bottom. So yeah, we have someone here, Hypnogaba. He would like to be a Berabedi, but he's a man with a beard. But yeah,
well, it's 2025.
In today's world, you never know. Maybe
we all can't be winners, Mokus. We all can't be winners. Let them know.
Somebody said that there should be Bula daddies.
Oh yeah.
Bula daddies.
Oh, actually, the other day someone said to me that they wanted to create Berabaldies.
Soon I can join the club because I'm losing hair, so
yeah.
Not that far away from that. Yeah, nice. Gumi joined us. Hello, Gumi.
Hello. How's
everyone? You hear us?
Yes.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm all right. I've been drawing all day, and I think this is the first time I'm actually opening my mouth to speak today. So, apologies if I'm like weird as fuck today. But yeah, doing great.
No, it's good. Have you seen these videos about the Berabedis?
I have just been chronically off of Twitter lately, so no, I haven't. But I have heard some whispers about it on Discord, and baddies are always causing people to shower Berachain with FUD. So it's kind of entertaining to see. And hey, more power to them. I love the baddies. I had the pleasure of being involved in the early stages of the art creation and the logo and branding for them, and they're always fun to work with.
Yeah, never apologize for being weird, because I think we are all weird here. So we found together, and that's the cool part about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we had our reveal, the 5th one. So let's take a look. I will share my screen. The most most exciting part for me were the eyes.
Yeah.
And I love all of them. So this one looks very nice.
Yeah, we have
the green big eyes.
8 different eye colors and 11 different types of eyes that aren't like the special eyes. So I'm kind of relieved that they're open now, since it adds some much needed color to the collection, I think.
Yeah, it makes looks lovely. I have I thought about some kind of stuff, and it's the first time in an NFT collection where it's the Mibera is like a separate entity for me as a PFP, and always in NFT collections with PFPs on it, I try to identify myself in them. So looking for traits and looking for resemblance, maybe a bit, maybe from a vibe point of view. But this is the first time where I see Mibera as a girl, as an own entity. And I don't know how you guys think of that. So is that the same with you, or you see you search something where you can have something in common and something that identifies yourself? I think more generally spoken, NFTs is, I think, a new kind of medium where you can show and express yourself. So I thought about it a lot, because you have style, you have hair, you have you can have a beard, you can have you can shave yourself, you can have clothes, you have a style on your clothes, and you show them to the world, and this is a form of expression. And in the digital world, you have NFTs, and NFTs represent you in the digital world. So I started to find something which represents me, not maybe from an optical point of view, but like I want to show the world how I want to see the world myself. Does that make sense? So my question is, yeah, and my question is, with Mibera, it's for me the first time, which is not the case. And this makes for me a bit interesting, because it's like Miberas came to life. They awaken, and it's funny because I read the Phase 5 review, and there it says, with the rising sign now visible, miladies of Berachain should be aware that Mibera is awake at least. So they awaken now with the eyes opening. So that's interesting. How do you see that?
I actually love your point. I was thinking about it a lot as well, and I think it's very interesting because with NFTs, one of the first, I think, I mean, not, of course, we in the context of like Silk Road, BTC was the, let's say, first implemented on a global scale. But I remember that other social media you could like show your PFP as NFT, and it's also a little bit as outsourcing your identity to the NFTs, and to somebody who produced those NFTs, which I thought, yeah, it's a little bit criticized by Mibera towards Miladies, I think. Maybe Gumi could clarify what I'm saying.
Yeah, Eileen, what do you think?
Yeah, I think they're like, for me, it's always sort of been the special part about Miberas is actually, for me, like the vending machine. I think given the fact that people were able to create something, then they start to create what they would be. So then maybe that ties into like, oh, they recognize this trait, they recognize that, and then while shopping or like trying to swap in, then they would pick some specific traits, because that's kind of what I did. So I created this like Mibera from Shadow, and it was like a 10-year-old version of myself, because I had like, you know, the fun elements to be able to do that. And then yeah, later on when I started looking throughout like the traits and things like that, like I started to notice this was that, this was here, and stuff like that. But yeah, that's for me, it's really this is what I thought like Web3 gaming would be like if the characters were to be created and then they were meant to be on-chain-ish. And yeah, that's kind of how I see them, as they're just, you know, they're characters. That's why the other day I called them, you know, my kids, because I kind of see them as like something that's tied to me, even though it's on chain in a virtual world.
Yeah, I had an idea. We saw that AI is now emerging, and what if ChatGPT or Siri with your phone, you could give them an avatar. So if you could speak to them, you now can, but not visually.
Yeah.
And what if in a few years, or maybe in a shorter time frame, you can make your Mibera live? So
yeah, you can already do that.
That would be so amazing.
Because you can do that with the human version. Like you can have human avatars now.
Yeah.
So I would say maybe next time, maybe like in, I don't know, a couple months, you can start hosting as your Mibera. Train all the information, or like everything you've done, feed it the information, like the LLM, and then just have a conversation with your own Mibera.
That's so weird. Who would have thought in 3 or 4 years ago that the abilities to create things like that is so neat. So yeah, so not that far away in the future. So if you're watching the stream, just come to Twitter and to the live stream and comment your picture underneath, and I will show them. So maybe we can go through. Gumi, if you want to leak some alpha or want to say something about the rarities of the eyes, or maybe we saw already, we have also earrings, we have facial accessoires. So yeah, here we have Mibera tattoo, cigarette.
The eyes that are going to be rarer are the ones that don't have a color associated with them. Most of the eyes have like a color within the names, but the ones that don't are going to be your rarer eyes. So you have like Teddy for like the steady Teddy eyes. You have angelic and demonic and a few others I forget off the top of my head.
Oh, we have steady Teddy eyes.
Yes.
Nice.
They look hilarious. I love them.
So maybe we can show them eyes. Heart leaf. Sleepy stones. They're not sorted, so I saw. Can't find them. Oh, there are a lot of eyes, huh? Henlo eyes.
Oh, that's Poku.
It's not showing.
I love my bears.
It's not really showing.
You know the demonic eyes? They look like, they remind me of like red Skittles.
Skittles.
Yeah.
Maybe I go to Honey Road.
OpenSea's being a lot faster for me.
Now it's loaded.
Is this a real Mibera or it's a shadow?
Yeah, that's the Henlo eyes. So it looks a bit weird.
Yeah.
It's yours?
No. I searched for the Henlo Ice trait, but so here you can search for traits now. Steady.
They look crazy.
It'll just be called Teddy, not Steady.
Teddy. Okay.
Yeah.
With one. Okay. We have here Teddy Eyes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we know them.
Good.
Teddy Eyes. Nice.
I remember drawing them and thinking, like, no way this is going to work. And then it actually worked. And I was like, oh, God, this is amazing.
Yeah, it looks nice.
What do you mean by that, Gumi? Like, was it like the placement?
How do I explain this? Sometimes when you draw something or someone requests a trait and you're just in your head, you have a difficult time picturing how it will look right. Because I don't know how to explain it to people, but like sometimes when you just try to draw something and it just doesn't look right to you, you have to like cut it out. And I thought that would be that sort of situation here.
Interesting.
I draw a lot based on vibes. If it doesn't vibe right, I axe it, but this vibed right.
We'll have another one here with the Teddy. So these are a bit rare.
Yes.
So in terms of swag score, or
I have questions about that.
Yeah, I think there's some confusion. Yeah, go on, Eileen.
So, for whatever reason, I thought it was just gonna be each score times or plus, but then I only started looking at the formula like today, and then I was like, oh my god, I'm an idiot. I'm wrong. Like, because the drug item and shirt could give you a total score of like 125 maximum, but then all the other ones combined could give you like a total of, I don't know, 60, maybe less than 60, like 30 something. So I started to wonder if there was a mistake in the formula, or it's like this is the way it's supposed to be. Because 125 is like dramatically more than all the other ones combined.
Eileen, I think you mean the drug, the molecule, and the shirt, the three.
Drug
not the. Yeah, the three. No. 5 times 5 times 5, 125.
Yeah. So
yeah, those three.
But I think in Jenny's thing, it's item score, shirt score, and drug score. Those are the 3.
Yeah, right? Multiplied. Yeah.
Item. Multiplied.
Yeah. The drug is the molecule, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, what I mean is like, okay, so the total equation is these 3 things, like the product of these 3 things, plus 2 times earring, plus hat, mask, face, glasses. But then if you have the most elite shit from earrings, hat, mask, face, glasses, that only yields to 30, a score of 30.
You're exactly right. Yeah, those 3. Well, and again, Gumi, I guess, is the authority on this, but my understanding is you absolutely nailed it. Those 3 things are far and away more important than the other smaller ones that are just additions versus multiplications. So
yeah,
absolutely correct.
Yeah. So basically, if you have I'd say, honestly, thinking about it, like if they were hunting, they would actually not be in a bad place right now, because the drug was the first one to be revealed, followed by shirt. And so these 2 things alone could outweigh like all the other stuff already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So someone's been paying attention.
Yeah. So I don't know. I was kind of surprised, but like looking at the formula today, I'm like, oh, okay, it works. I had this, you know, over the weekend, I originally had this idea in my head that like it would be so skewed to where some would just have massive amounts in scoring and then the rest not so much. But yeah, now that I look at it, like it's actually not bad at all.
And well, don't forget also, there's another component that I think a lot of people missed or are forgetting about, what Janny had mentioned, that there's not all layers are going to have identical swag scores. And the one that he mentioned, and again, we'll obviously mention it on the stream for bearers that may have missed it and can get a bit of an advantage, but the long sleeved Mabera shirt specifically, right? There's 7,569 quote in quotes normal Maberas, but there's only 1,000 with long sleeves. So a long sleeve shirt, even though it has a very common score, is better than even the highest 5 score of a normal shirt.
Which is the part that doesn't make any fucking sense.
A lot of people are sleeping on that. And that was just one of the examples, right? That doesn't mean it's the only one. Yeah. So, you know, if you look at like Kigus, for instance, or masks, you know, there's some math here and you got to get really deep. And again, I'm anxious for Gumi to set us straight or to add anything.
I'm not confident enough in my understanding of how it all works in its current phase to be able to confirm or deny anything, but I think y'all are on the right track. I was more familiar with the version of the formula we had before that didn't involve the drug or molecule in the scoring, because I was working purely from the standpoint of everything that determines the swag is visual to the eye. And like, yeah, we can see the molecule, but it's not like on the Mabera as like an accessory or anything. So yeah, I think y'all got it for the most part.
On that note, Gumi, is there any reason when you think about, like you said, visual and things that are really impactful to what you're looking at, I would have imagined that tattoos, especially if they're facial tattoos, would have been on there, but it seems like it was off on the original and also the new scoring. Any reason why tattoos were excluded from any sort of swag score?
So for anything on the face, let me look at the formula again. Crap. Anything on the face is factored in there. The tattoo trait is purely just for arms, and that isn't factored in. I don't think that's revealed yet, but everything that's on the face is factored in.
Oh, so there's no tattoos on the face; they're only on the arms. That's why. Because facial accessories are in fact scored, but tattoos weren't. So it's because they're only on the arms.
Honestly, I don't know. We never really actively discussed this. The tattoos, I'm going to be completely honest, kind of came as an afterthought that we could add into Mabera, because I was just thinking like, wow, I could totally add arm tattoos to the collection and it won't fuck up any of the layers. So we decided to add them. And I guess it makes sense for them to not be factored into the swag score, as it can be seen as like a reflection of that Mabera's personhood or personality, and maybe that shouldn't be factored into like visual swag. I don't know.
Mix, you know, I'm seeing tattoos only on the arms and I think like the wrist or hand or something when you look in the vending machine.
Yeah.
Maybe it's worth to announce there's actually a raffle going on Cup Quest, and if you mint anything like a shadow or a candy or anything on vending machine, you can participate in a raffle. And we were kind of brainstorming ideas around adding new traits to the vending machine with Gumi, and curious about if people would like it or no. If you have feedback, let us know.
Yeah, it's on the Cup Quest site. So you have to register for it or only mint and then tweet about it, because there was also something which Jenny shared. Can't remember. It was a while ago. I think until the 20th.
20th,
yeah. Final reveal. If you mint and share your story about the Mibera, which you minted, or on the Honey Road, you on the vending machine. Wait, let me show my other screen. So those who don't know, there is a vending machine on the Honey Road website. You go to honeyroad.xyz, and here is a vending machine, and you can select all of the trades, and you can combine and generate your own Mibera. And then you can mint it for 0.42 Bera, and then if you done that, you can go to Twitter or X and share it, tag Jenny, and share why you choose the background, why you choose the T-shirt. Tell your story, and then if you're lucky, you can win one Mibera until the 20th. Madara is here. Hello, Madara. What eyes are rare? For you, but only for you, we have a steady trait, a steady eyes. Gumi said they are rare. So check out, if you go to Magic Eden, you can type in here, Teddy eyes. And here you go. This one, for example. But yeah, it's an easy question. What is rare? But it's also a difficult one. We've been discussing about the swag score, which should have more relevance, I think so, than this Magic Eden rarity number. Don't rely on them because they will change, but you can look at the swag score formula which Jenny shared. I had on my X. That's the other screen, this one. So here's the swag score formula. Yeah. I want one, says Madara. Gumi, maybe you can share other types which are rare. Maybe the accessoires on the face.
Let me see. I don't remember which one's rare for the face.
You have so much different traits. That's amazing.
Right. Some of the ancestor stuff, like the Aboriginal and Ethiopian face paints, are kind of rare. Oh, you got the Joker face paint's kind of rare as well.
Oh yeah.
Now so it's visible.
It's basically we thought Joker. Actually I thought that Joker was only gonna be one, and then because there was like there was a guy, there was a Mibera that only had like on the face accessories ? Traits. Oh, cool. There was only one, but apparently it's the Milady 5930 crescent and dots. But
oh, that should not be displaying like that. That's a fun for y'all to see.
So the other thing is, like, this guy has not been, so it's Mibera 7453, and it's a little weird because it's not displaying the right things. So tennis shirt, it says like tennis outfit for shirt, but it's actually the East Waterloo shirt, and all the other things that's supposed to be here is not there. So I think this guy is a bug.
or that's a way to look at possibly the one-on-ones that are going to reveal in stage 8. I would be picking that Mibera up. I found another one very similar to that, and I already got it. So that's cool. Good alpha. Either you found a ghost in the machine, or that's how you know it's going to be one of the 42 101s.
How do you find these? Doom scrolling.
You lose your mind, Mokus.
Yeah.
That's
Oh my
how.
God.
You lose your mind. You do a lot of LSD. Maybe you pop a couple poppers. You get completely nutty, lose yourself in Mabera, and maybe she will reveal herself to you. That's how you do it. At least that's how I did it. Eileen, how did you do it?
Crazy.
Well,
you deserve it.
Basically, like once you look at enough of this, so I spent so much time looking at like all of them, as much as possible. You can actually show me a drug right now or a shirt, or like I can tell you what the rarity score is, basically.
Nice.
You know, or yeah. And I was like looking at the earrings. I was like, okay, you know, because the earrings didn't appear until today, so I just kept browsing through the vending machine and matching it to like the actual thing, and I'm like, oh, what the heck? Like the earrings, you know, there are a lot of ones that look a lot like, right? So then they're also named very similar, so but like they have very different scoring, so that's the tricky part.
So let's test it. Which swag score has it with the drug formula? Oh, you can see it. Oh, maybe how can I show it without seeing it? Okay, I've got an idea. So this one.
Are you cheating, Aileen, and looking it up?
Yeah.
What? Oh, the thing is, you have to show me the Magic Eden actual like trait chart. I don't recognize the molecule.
No, I think he's saying the shirt. The shirt, right?
2. I think it's 2. Scum is 2.
2. Wait, let me check. So that's this one.
The white shirts with black prints are usually 2, or the ones that are more colorful is 3.
And Aileen, I'm assuming you noticed the glitch with the Keith Haring shirt right now. Or I mean, maybe it's fixed, but any Mabera that has the Keith Haring shirt since the last reveal. Now again, maybe Earrings has fixed it. They were showing completely nude.
Yeah, that should be fixed now. It was because we we misspelled the name and had to correct that. But when we updated the metadata, we did not update the name of the image itself. So when we regenerated, they didn't get assigned a shirt.
Is that also
where
the
do I
problem
check if it's
with 2.2 on the gallery? I know we're all waiting very patiently for that to be fixed. I know Zerguchi was working on it, but it appears to still be an issue. Is that the same issue?
I'm not sure, but I can check in on that soon.
So where do I check now the score?
On the Jenny's insane article.
So from the honey from the Lore's articles.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know the part that he goes, okay, swag score, and then just like the most insane way to distribute swag score.
Scum is 3. Scum is 3.
Scum is 3. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, got it wrong.
That's
No, not these ones. You know the article that he wrote on Twitter? The one that
this
you were looking
one.
at. Yeah, this one. The long one, and then it just keeps going. I think there was an article, but I don't know.
It was the one after
this one.
Mocha. It was the metadata release. The hits, remember, you can click in and you get all of them. It was the one where he released the metadata. The post was on May 3rd.
May 3rd.
On Janny's, on Janny's X.
Is it this one?
It's called Ingredients in the Mabera article, and it's really long and in-depth. I think you're looking at just a snippet of something that was, that's not it.
If you go to click into Janny's profile.
Yeah.
and then under articles. Yeah, this one. So
this is the alpha.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the alpha right here.
Now we're diluting ourselves.
I mean,
it sounds like Aileen and I have already swept the floors.
you know what I did? I still haven't done anything. I bought one thing.
No way. You have one Mibera?
Yeah. No. I bought one more Mibera since like I guess the latest set of reveals. So I bought some from the troll to first reveal, and I haven't touched anything. So like I shared with you guys what I thought my strategy was gonna be, right? Like just literally do nothing and wait, because I am always gonna fuck it up for myself.
Oh.
Right? But this ties into what Wonderwolf is asking, which was the question of does the lack of a certain trait make an NFT more unique, or is it the number of accessories that makes it stand out? So the thing is, as of right now, there are still so many things that haven't revealed, right? This is like the fifth reveal. So to take into
but we have a lot of it, right? We have a lot of it. All we need left is the glasses, which is a minor thing because it's plus, and of course the big boy is at the very end with the handheld item. That's everything. But we have with the earrings was big because it's multiplied times 2. We've got probably 70% of what we need. So you can get a lot here. It's just a matter, again, to your point earlier, are you chasing the number, like 5 times 5 times 5 plus 6 plus whatever? If you're doing that, then you want to focus on the 5s. But remember, the 1s are just as valuable, right? 1s and 5s are the rarest. 2s and 4s are the second. 3's the worst. So 3, you want to stay away from the middle score. So to me, you can play 2 games. You can get a really, really high score. Yeah, or a really, really low score, right? Yeah. Like try to get as low as possible. So I'm playing both games. I'm collecting both sides. Are you not doing the same thing?
So because of the fact that item is released at the very, very, very end, it could be a really shitty multiplier that completely fucks up the entire strategy.
Yep, exactly.
Right? So like you could be going for a high score and then the fucking item is like 1. So you're like, what the fuck? And then the other thing that I started to really like, I kind of went insane over it. Then I realized it's not possible. And I would literally go insane if I complete it. It's the fact that a lot of the masks or glasses and helmets, not helmets, like the hats that don't look like hats, but like they're hats. And the shirts tied together, some of them, they don't, like, it's not that every single Mibera is going to have every single one of these things because they're going to be in conflict with each other. So, for example, you could go down the hat and see that maybe 50% in the entire collection only has hats. 65 collection. But then everybody else that doesn't have a hat has a chance to have a mask. But then everybody else that has a mask doesn't have a chance to have the face accessory. Like, this is fucking insane, right? So, like, it's just... I don't know. That's why I'm just not doing anything anymore. I'm just like watching, showing up at reveal time. This is making me insane.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We've gone madness. It's gone complete, because you nailed it, right? If you get a hat, which again you have a 65% chance of getting it. So if you don't get it, you're really kind of behind, right? You're chasing because 65% of everyone else has it and you don't. So how are you going to make it up? And you could get with a mask, right? Masks have a lot. There's only 200 of them, but then you forego any chance at a glasses or any chance at face accessories. So no more bonuses there. So you got to like run it through a probability matrix and get a spreadsheet. And not that Den and I have done this, and we're going to talk at length about it in another space, but this is the only way. This is the only way that you can do it. And then you ask yourself, well, why the hell am I doing this? Right? Like, is rarity score even going to matter? I swear, because traditionally, if you look across all collections, swag score, rarity score, whatever, you can basically throw it in the goddamn trash. Like nobody does anything with it. It's just, oh, hey, I like the way the looks are. But I'm counting on Janny, Gumi, you too, that rarity swag is going to matter with Mibera. Like if you have number 3 versus number 103, versus number 3,089. Somehow, some way, that score matters, and it's probably going to be like staking your NFT, and you'll get something from having a Mabera, and that's my hope. Otherwise, yes, Aileen, we have lost our minds here. We've wasted part of our lives that we're never going to get back because it takes you down a rabbit hole. It's so crazy. So I'm really hoping that it matters. I'm counting on it.
Yeah. So it gets even worse because a lot of the hats are so big that it covers like the forehead. So a lot of the face accessories are on the forehead area.
Yep.
You have to fucking zoom in. So you can't just be looking at the gallery. You have to zoom into every single one of them. See if there are hidden earrings, hidden this, hidden that, and then also, by the way, by phase 8, maybe none of the shit matters because all the things you've stacked up, you get like, I don't know, a really weird item that's extremely not rare. Yeah, so it's really crazy. Oh man!
Just want to throw it to Gumi. Gumi, did you expected that this will happen? How do you see everything?
I both expected it and didn't expect it. In that, when you work on something for so long like this, it's easy to for everything to just feel very normal about what you're putting together. And you get kind of desensitized to how it's all set up. And then when people start looking into it and, digesting all the things you've digested for a while, it's like, oh, right, this is kind of crazy. So it's really entertaining seeing y'all's reaction to this and kind of reliving some of the initial magic that I felt when helping Zerguchi and Janny and everyone decide how we would divvy up all of the rarities and stuff. Just very entertained right now.
Well, so happy that our suffering and misery is bringing you joy.
Oh yes, I quite enjoy watching suffering of all sorts.
Yes, so sweet tears as we cry them. You lapping them up from off the cheek.
Yes, the dark matter engine is getting fueled quite a bit.
Yes.
It's been quite literally 2.5 weeks. So she's been doing this for 2.5 years. It's the first time, like, I don't know, she's able to, delegate some of this pain and suffering.
Well, I don't know about you, Eileen. Are you saying, Eileen, that you just started your suffering 2.5 weeks ago? Because I will say I've been suffering with Mabera for well over a year, studying the lore and the docs and reading everything. So my suffering has been
I am so
prolonged.
Lucky.
So, but Mix, what do you think will be the end game? So, will there be rewards, or do you think the rarity? So you get a 1/1, first 40 or 50 or all of them, the most rare ones will get the 1/1. Or what do you hope?
Well, again, so much unknown, Mokas, but if you follow, Janny's so good about leaving breadcrumbs all over the place. And if you're foolish enough to find them and lose your sanity, you'll realize that I think there's 42 1/1s, which I believe are not going to be affiliated with the score in any way. I think they're probably going to come out of left field and they're just going to change into something really awesome. And you're just going to get lucky. I think the second part of the game, in terms of the rarity, right, there's 100 triple S's, I think 250 double S's, and so on. That is going to follow, obviously, the scoring. The question is it going to be, to Eileen's point, the higher the better, right? You want as high as you can, get as many high digits as you can, and just hope you fall in line. Or is it going to be, hey, get as low as you can? Looking at the table, it implies that either is going to be fine, right? You want to get as low as you can. You want to get 1 1 1 1, right? Multiply by 1, and like you want to be no face accessories, no glasses, no hat, no nothing. Or conversely, you want to get the 5s, right? You want to get those really nice long sleeve shirts, or if you can, or a 5 with a really rare molecule like ashwagandha as an example. You want to get a really unique hat, and you want to get some Mabera face accessory, or the Joker face accessory with some earrings that are a 5 times 2 and just be racking up points. As we've been talking, of course, I've been looking at this. I got a really good one. I'm really pleased off the floor. I mean, on the floor is like 140 barrel, but yeah, if you got the time and the patience, I think you'll be rewarded. And again, the hope is that the score is absolutely going to matter, and I think it should, right? I mean, if you look at these Mi Bears went through this really complicated algorithm that's so robust, and just again, as we've mentioned, it imbues the Mi Bear with personhood. This is a really incredibly in-depth collection, just in terms of the art, in terms of the thought process, the algorithm. And at the end of the day, this Mi Bear went through this algorithm, went through all the gauntlet of things that could or could not happen, and came out with this incredibly rare score, whether it's really high or really low, we'll see. I think that should matter. And not that, oh, hey, I really like the way this one looks. It's got, really beautiful hair that I like, and a great face that too reminds me. Like, of course, that's social consensus rarity. That'll always be there, no matter what.
Yeah.
But I think that the swag score should matter. I'm hopeful that it will. And that is my assessment of what it is.
Yeah, it will for sure. I think now it clicked for me because, in context. So when you were following Jenny and these treasure hunts with the Henlo articles, with the Mi Bera, how it was, how it started with these articles, and you could mint those sets and everything. So I think it's not just a joke with that swag score. So I think you will get rewarded if you, but yeah. Low number, high number, we don't know, but I think it's worth to check it.
Why not do both, right? Why not do both, right?
Yeah.
And especially if one is available. You'll notice that a lot of people appear to be sleeping on the lower numbers. Everyone is chasing the high numbers. There's very few 5x5s available, right? The absolute, very, very few, and they're very expensive. But there's plenty of 1+1s that are there. And now, again, with this last reveal, you can really position yourself. And to Eileen's point, now you're hoping for a 1 in the final phase, right? You're hoping that there's one on there called abusive handheld item. I'm like, oh man, if I can just get that on my lower one and not on my higher one, right? So
it's like Bong Bear number 96.
Yeah, Bong. Oh yeah, any of the Bong Bears, right? Any of the Bong Bears is fantastic. But what you really want is that damn disc, right? If you can get that disc, now you're cooking with gas, right? Because there's only 10 of those bad boys. Not that, we've studied the shadows on, like you said, like day in and day out, day and night, sleepless nights, coffee, cocaine, you name it. And that, that's why we need it fixed, because there's actually 30% of the collection we can't see. Not that I've done the math, but there's roughly 30% of the collection that we actually still can't see.
You won't join us on the 20th when it will be the final reveal. You will be hunting, and you need concentration. You will be hunting for the last revealed ones.
So Gumi, here's another painful story. So when we were looking at the discs, right, Migs actually got like a cutout of like with transparent background of how it should look like. So I looked at that and I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna resize it and put it on my screen and look at like the shadow vending machine, and figure out how to actually make this happen. Then I think I was trying some stuff, and after 2 rounds, I was like, oh my God, the neck size is different. And then I gave up. Because I was like, there's no, it's like impossible to actually figure it out. And everybody has hair.
So to your point, it's not impossible, but yet anything with long hair, she kills you. The long hair Mi Bear just kills on everything. Not only on that, she just destroys you on everything. Like, she just shuts you down.
Are you serious about that? Like, it's legit information. It's not speculation right now.
No, this is not speculation. This is fact. The long hair Mi Bear kills.
Because when you like when they put the shadow overlay, it's like it makes everything blurry. Yep. So it depends on how many things there are. So it could be like a blurry hair thing that makes it gonna look kind of jaded, or it could be like a part of a shirt or part of an item. The items are really, really fucked up because they all edge in a different way. So to match it completely to the disc is annoying. God.
Well, I've only so of the 10,000, I have found 2. I'm confident that these 2. They've never been for sale, regretfully. I believe there's 2, but to your point, I think the other 8 are either hidden in the data we can't see, because like I said, 30% of the collection we still can't see the shadow for, and then the other ones are probably the people with either long hair or even that the braid. If the braid's on the right side, you're finished too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and so there's all these. We're getting way deep here. Again, we were going to do a dedicated space to this, but while we're on the subject, but yes. So you're not alone. But you didn't. So you quit right then. You quit. You see, we didn't.
Yeah,
quit.
We need therapy.
Yeah, we didn't quit. I've kept going, regretfully, and this is where I'm at. Again, I'm going to be institutionalized soon. Dennis threatened. Dennis threatened me with physical violence if I don't stop. He's actually said, "Listen, I'm going to have to kill you if you keep going."
So this is why you need a one-on-one, because then you can pay for about 10 years of therapy just on the craziness of Mibera.
Right, then I'll be in the institution waving it around like, I told you all. I told you all. It was all in the math. It was all right there. I'm right, and I'll just like do like a padded cell, like drooling all over myself and like doing a barrel roll.
Then you're in therapy, and the doctor only asking, "Is the Mibera in the room with us right now?" And you just...
Yeah, and after all that, I still have hell to look forward to. So there's that.
No, that's crazy, man. I didn't see that depth. I wasn't hunting. I was only thinking, it's some kind of rarity score, but now it made a click, because Jenny loves those games, and he loves to reward those people who are doing these games. So keep on doing it. Maybe last thing about Mibera, and some people are not that deep into the Mibera lore, and they focus on the price and focus on financial aspects. One thing I have to say here is that I think people are underestimating that behind Mibera there is the honey jar, and the honey jar is the biggest validator in terms of delegated BGT, and they have the most power. So especially on Berachain, if you have the most power, you have financial resources. So there are also Henlo, there is also Honeycombs, the Epiology DAO seeds, and they're all bit connected. They are separate projects, but they're connected through the honey jar. So just want to say that, keep in mind that it's not a random project. I think there will a lot of things happen, and can happen, and will happen. So yeah.
Well, Mokus, other thing to remember that Janny has also confirmed, but if you look at the Henlo map, you'll see Mibera is on the map. So, and I think he tweeted out the other day again that you think Mibera and Henlo are separate, kind of LOL.
Yeah.
So though there's definitely a direct relationship, not only again because they're all affiliated with the Honey Jar, but Henlo specifically. I would suspect if you have a Mibera that there may be some Henlo in your future if you follow the Henlo lore and you look at the maps, but that's just one guy's suspicion.
Yeah, I definitely have a look. Like I'd say I don't even know if like this is recent information, but because Henlo is meant to be like this circulating used token, and then Mibera kind of plays on the different end of the honey jar validator, so they're like validator related, just in the form of non-fungible with an art. Yeah.
Yeah, so just wanted to say that because it's really, I think it's quiet now. People aren't aware of that. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening on the Boyko side and the price action. Well, now Bera is sitting at 3.6. They pumped 20% on the day, so that's not too bad. But yeah, there isn't any focus on the honey jar, and there, if you combine Berachain and how proof of liquidity works, you know that if you have power in the Berachain ecosystem, then you have financial resources. So just keep that in mind. Okay, that was very fun. We had a lot of discussions about the swag score. Gumi, I want to throw it to you. Anything else you want to say? I want to say thank you for coming again. Last time we had those who missed that. Last time I asked some questions to Gumi, how she came to Mibera. So if you haven't listened to that, then go check it out. But yeah, Gumi, how do you feel? And I think next time Jenny will join us. So maybe it's the last time you're here. You're welcome anyway, anytime. But yeah, how did you find this reveal stream?
Well, firstly, thank you for having me. Y'all are always a lot of fun. As I said earlier, I'm incredibly entertained by all the pain and suffering going on, and you keep that up, please. I'm really glad that everyone likes the art, and I'm sorry I didn't have more to contribute on the swag score speculation side of things. I'm not sure how much I really should be saying on that front, but yeah. It's all great. Yeah, I'm just
kidnap her.
Completely fine. Yeah. Oh, that's a nice one from Madara.
Mokas, we should take the questions.
Which one?
Many, I think.
Many.
But the latest
there was some question.
Relation.
Which one?
From Han. Can someone do a sample of how to do the equation? So Migs, you're up for that.
Tune in to our Bears Unchained space tomorrow night at 5 p.m. sir.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a long conversation. We'd be here for another hour or so. So yeah.
Okay.
Someone said Mix should start selling personal consultations.
Well, aren't we supposed to get one, guys? Aren't we? Right? We get them. Well, we don't get a psychological consultation, but we do get like a zodiac astrology consultation potentially. So maybe we can, talk Janny into also throwing in for those of us that are completely out of our minds a psychological consultation. And yes, I would be more than happy to lead the charge in organizing that for all the other bearers like Eileen and myself that are completely off our rockers.
Yes. Hopefully insurance will pay for it too.
I'm searching for this one specific question. Can't really find it. So someone didn't like the face accessoire, and he was asking if he could basically have his Mibera without this facial accessoire. So, and someone was replying that you can go to the Honey Road website and you can mint all of your reveal stages of your Mibera. So if you can, if you don't like stage number 5, you can mint your Mibera at stage 4. But I think there isn't a way just to have one trait. Yeah, it's a smart contract, but
you can always remake it in the vending machine without that part. So you can keep the NFTs for yourself, and then you can just use the Yeah, the vending machine one. You don't even have to mint it as a shadow. You can just right click save as.
Yeah. And Jenny also said that there will be a like a B2B swap or an exchange function on the Honey Road website, so you can change your Mibera with someone else. Okay. Anything else?
I have one quick question, Mokus, for Gumi before we go.
Of course.
Obviously, phase 6, the next phase is when we get the ancient and modern, which is when the birthday is done. Will that also be the phase, Gumi, when we find out if our Mibera is a seafarer as opposed to a land-born Mibera, or will that come in a different phase?
That is a very good question that I do not know the answer for, but I will figure that out today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so we have, I think, 2, phase 6 on Tuesday and phase 7 on Thursday. And we will have our final reveal on May 20th, phase 8. There we will know if we have a 1-of-1, and the final traits will define the total swag score. So that will be very, very exciting. Yeah. So anything else?
Just want to say appreciate you. Appreciate everyone on the stream. Appreciate Mokus, you putting it on. Gumi for coming out and answering questions and licking up the crazy tears that we're shedding. It's really great, refreshing, and really fun to be chatting with you all, and just really value everyone here. So thanks so much for everyone.
Thank you guys too. It's a lot of fun, and I love it that we are documenting here all the reveal phases. And Jenny had this post with "fuck around and find out." I love that. It's maybe for me it's the word of the year. Fuck around, FOFO. Fuck around and find out. That quite summarizes all this. So yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you, Gumi, again. Amazing art, amazing experience. Thank you for contributing and creating this art and experience. And thank you guys for coming. Thank you for commenting. And see you guys next Tuesday. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, Milady's on Verachain. Bye.
Milady's on Verachain.